Today's Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living, will be presented in Afrikaans and English, with subtitles in Afrikaans, Arabic, Olexese, Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish and Thai.
Tarantale in die bloekombos, Adidas wat roep, vroegoggende se koffie, op ou Reebok skraal se stoep.
Welkom vriendelike kykers by ons program Vegetarisme, The Noble Way of Living. Ons gaan vandag voort met die tweede helfte van ons besoek aan Annelien en Corrie van der Kolf by hulle kosbare landgoed Reebokskraal, Olive Estate in Suid-Afrika. Annelien wag vir ons in die olyfboord waar ons meer hoor oor hoe die olywe verbou word.
Here we are standing at a very nice example of a manzanella. The branches are soft and wide and give a bigger shade where the mission is more upright and stiff. You can see here. And most of the time the olives, it bears more on the outside of the tree where it gets the most sun. To walk through the olive grove is such a spiritual experience. If you pick olives early in the morning, you really get like a sermon out of each tree. And I think Jesus spent most of his time, his silent time in the olive groves, and there he prayed, and I think he also communicated with his father while he was quiet in the olive groves.
Na ons wandeling deur die olyfboord, verduidelik Annelien aan ons die verwerkingsproses van die olywe, of deur 'n sondroog of rypmaak metode, wat 'n tydsame proses is en kan tot tussen 8 maande tot en met 'n jaar neem.
Now we are busy with the pride of Reebokskraal, and this is our dried olives. You know, all the farms are doing olives, and most of the farmers are doing the olives in the wet process. But on our farm, we really dry our best olives, our plumpest, ripest manzanellas, and sometimes also missions. And what's so nice is we just put them in salt, layers of salt and layers of olives, and we leave them for about 3 weeks, but we turn them every second day, and then the black salty fluid forms, and the olive starts to wrinkle, and we just tip the barrel that the black fluid is coming out, and then we turn it again in the next 3 days, and then after about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, the olives is in this state. Then we wash them with tap water and put them in the pallets, and we put them in the sun for 3 to 6 days. And you must come and taste. This is divine. This is now the more salty version, and please come and have a bite and taste them.
Well, I'd like to try one. Should I be greedy and take the biggest one?
Yeah, you must take the biggest one. It's very, very nice.
This is lovely because it is dry on the outside and it is still moist on the inside and it melts in the mouth. It melts in the mouth. It's lovely.
Now we are at the process where we use water and salt. And we pick the olives. We put them in fresh water for about 3 weeks. Just stir them every day that they ferment a little bit. And after the 3 weeks, we rinse the water, and then we put fresh water with a little bit of salt. And every week, we put more salt, until you get about 250 grams of salt on 5 liters of water, the ratio. And then we just leave them for 8 months to a year. Maybe once in that time, I will take them out and get rid of the water, put them on the road, not in my soil, and then we just put fresh salt water. But otherwise, I'll just keep them and just take out one bucket, go and rinse the one bucket, and make them one by one ready. So everything on the farm is not mass production. Everything we do very slowly, and as it is needed. You can come and taste this one. I tasted it the other morning. Just take a dark one. It's still a little bit bitter. take a dark one.
Oh, look at this beautiful color.
And this is what a well
Cured.
olive looks like a purple, brown, not black. They are artificially colored. They are black when I pick them, but they lose their color. It will be a little bit bitter, so just beware. It's now 3 months, 4 months. But for me, it's still, already, I like it.
Very pleasant. A variety of tastes.
Yeah, and we also don't sort them. There are biggers and smallers all together. It's like life. Not all the clever people must be together. Life is a variety of things.
Annelien stel die volgende produkte bekend wat hulle op die reebokskraal landgoed maak.
Now, you've tasted the dried olives that still had the pips in. And then another thing that we do with the dried olives, we make a chutney. So we do a mild and a hot chutney. And we use the 4 Western Cape fruits, apricot, peaches, plums and grapes, and we mix it with dried olives. And then for the chili lovers, chili and garlic lovers, I marinate them in chili and garlic. The wet olives, we smoke, a natural method that we use, I like you smoke anything. It's a very nice taste, and vegetarians like the taste very much. Then we've got garlic and herb olives, that's the flagship of any company. Then we also do the 2 patés or tapenade, where we only mince the olives and put a little bit of olive oil and garlic or smoke with that. We smoke that one, use the smoked olives. And we also do an olive tree cream that I use a 100% natural base. And the base has got things like macadamia oil and avo oil and things like that in. And the preservative is a grapefruit extract. And then we put our things with it, and for the last 6 years, that's the only moisturizer that I use on my own skin.
Die gestap en olyfbroeiery het ons regtig dors gemaak en wanneer ons terugkeer, sal ons by Corrie aansluit om oor alkoholvrye wyne te gesels en om ook te praat oor die voordele van 'n lewe sonder alkohol. Welkom terug by Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. Volgende sal Corrie en Annelien ons bekendstel aan hulle alkoholvrye wyne en verduidelik hoe hulle lewenskwaliteit verbeter het sedert hulle hulle self van alkohol ontneem het.
I've started having alcohol by way of beer, but as I went up in my career, meetings, eating out with people, so the consumption got more and you got more used to it and your tolerance level just raised. But in 1990 when we moved here, we bought this farm and we had a quota attached to the farm. So you deliver your grapes to the winery, they make wine, and so everybody who visits you, instead of coffee or tea, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, you open a bottle of wine. And I really felt that I didn't have the energy anymore. I mean, if you take wine or any alcohol, you get that feeling of euphoria, which is in actual fact a denial. And in the end we decided, I don't want to drink, I don't want to entertain anybody on alcohol anymore, because if you really see what alcohol, you can drive a jet Boeing by putting alcohol into its fuel tanks and jet over the world. And you're putting that into your own chemical system. So the end result is definitely not what you want. So your life really gets out of control, although it's also a little bit over many days or many months or many years. So you became, your character changed. It's not you anymore. Since I stopped, the benefits was I feel in control every morning when I stand up. I don't have that hangover feeling. I don't have that tired feeling. And my whole body responds to what I think it should do. And I really recommend that if you can, stop using alcohol. It's a chemical product that's not part of nature. You don't need it to feel better. You don't need it to feel joyful. You can really go to natural products like the grape juices we produce and the olive leaf extract that we use, and just become a natural person again and live life to the full.
I could never handle it when people take alcohol and their personalities changes. If you take 2 to 3 glasses of alcohol, your personality changes. And I don't want to be more happy or more sad, or I want to be me. And that's why we decided, no, we're not going to do that anymore. And in our house, if people come here, we don't give them alcohol, even if they drink alcohol. I don't want any responsibility to give anybody 1 drop of alcohol, because we have seen and experienced bad things with alcohol. And if you go in McGregor on a Friday afternoon and you see hard-working, good people coming in from the farms and go to the canteen, 10 minutes later, it's monsters that's walking around. And, oh, it's horrible. No, I don't want that in my life. If I can take all the alcohol out of this world, I would do it.
Met altyd die wens in gedagte om die waardevolle reise in die lewens van die mensdom so veilig en kosbaar moontlik te maak, waarsku meester Ching Hai herhaaldelik teen die gebruik van alkohol, een van die 4 hoofoorsake van dood, wat ook vleis, verslawende dwelms en tabak insluit. In Augustus 2008 videokonferensie met 'n assosiasielid van Auckland, New Zealand, verduidelik meester Ching Hai die verwoestende gevolge van vleis en alkohol.
Because people eat meat, they also cannot digest very well. So they need wine, alcohol to get more appetite and to digest easily. And then wine, alcohol, also intoxicants, and then lead them to another kind of unlawful act, like drunken driving, brawling with other people in the bar and on the street, and degrading their dignity, all kind of things, or fighting, quarreling with family members, beating wife and kids. Most of the domestic abuse came from alcohol and drug. You see, so meat can even let people into another kind of intoxicants. Doubling it affect and drive the man or the woman crazy and make them do a lot of things that they will regret for the rest of their life.
Om bevrediging in die smaak van keurwyne te kan hê sonder die skadelike effekte van alkohol, het meester Ching Hai Heavenly Veggie Wines geskep. Dit sluit in rooiwyn, witwyn, roséwyn, almal volkome natuurlik en alkoholvry. Ons Costa Rica assosiasielid onthou met genoeg toe meester Ching Hai die eerste keer 'n rooiwyn gemaak het en met ons assosiasielede gedeel het.
Hace 20 años, después de un retiro internacional, nos invitó a saborear un delicioso vino que ella misma preparó. Uno de los compañeros le preguntó cómo lo había hecho porque era riquísimo. A mí me encantó. Y ella, con todo el amor y alegría, nos dijo que había pasado toda la tarde en la cocina preparándolo. Y nos dijo los ingredientes con que lo había hecho. Todo era productos naturales, de frutas, de jugos. Actualmente ese vino se ha hecho famoso. Se llama vino celestial.
It's a heavenly wine.
这师傅的 recipe 做出来。
Yeah, 我的 recipe， 你先看看嘛。OK。
哦，谢谢师傅。
先试看看好不好？
哇，
试看看
就会醉了。
都没酒精的 ，zero，好啊。
好香哦。
啊 ，very good。好，那我都加了。OK， 这个白酒很好。
喝了一口就开始全身就热起来了。
啊，对，这个就是不要这样子啦，就给你热的。好漂亮啊。
哎呀。
而且有营养。又温暖，冬天很好。
是。
这个是 red wine。
红色的酒，
给大家看一下。Yeah. Called Heavenly Veggie Wine. 0% 酒精。
呀，太好了。
Now, Adeline, we've also heard that you do alcohol-free wine here at Rebokskraal.
I'm so glad that you name it like that. You know, for me, it's not grape juice. It is alcohol-free wine. We saw the devastating effect of wine in our community with family members. And my husband and I both said we're not going to take any wine, any alcohol. So we stopped. And I started 2 years ago. And I made my 2 boxes Shiraz, 2 boxes Merlot, and 2 boxes Cabernet. And it was sold out in 2 months' time.
What is the main ingredient of your alcohol-free wines? Are they grapes?
Only grapes.
Only grapes.
Only grapes. It's fruit on tap. No preservatives, no colorants, and also no sulfur. Our process is like that we don't use any sulfur, no preservatives. We don't put alcohol in and take it out. There's no alcohol in. It's the real thing. All the antioxidants is there. Everything that you really need in a good juice.
Now, where can one buy your alcohol-free wines here in the Cape?
Very scarce at the moment. You can phone us personally.
After hearing all that good news about Corrie's alcohol-free lifestyle for the last 16 years, we can only celebrate by tasting one of your special alcohol-free Merlot wines. So, to life, let's drink to your 16 years of living a conscious, chemically alcohol-free lifestyle. Cheers to life.
Van songedroogde olywe, olyfbladjang, gerookte olywe, olyfblaar-ekstrakte en alkoholvrye wyne bied Rebokskraal 'n verskeidenheid smaaksensasies en spesialiteitsprodukte. Met 2 gerieflike gastehuise op die landgoed, betowerende natuurtonele en met hartlike gasheere, Annelien en Corrie, is daar des te meer rede vir heerlike ontspanning. Besoek gerus Rebokskraal. Olyfplaas se webwerf vir meer inligting www.rebokskraalolives.co.za of kontak e-pos by info@rebokskraalolives.co.za of per telefoon by 027 23 625 1951. Dankie dat u by ons was by Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. Volgende is Between Master and Disciples op Supreme Master Television. Ons wens u 'n veilige nuwe jaar toe, gevier in 'n gees van ware geluk, hoop en liefde. Thank you for being with us today on Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. Coming up now is Between Master and Disciples on Supreme Master Television. Wishing you a safe and memorable new year, celebrated in the spirit of true happiness, hope and love.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/VEG